What led from love to simply coexistence is more so what I want to know. Like, was there a specific event? I know you mentioned your parents both got sick at roughly the same time. Like, was
Mhm.
it a lot of things happened at once that helped that transition from love to coexistence? Was it the traveling just started to add up over time? Like, was it a specific event, or was it a gradual over time transition from absolute love and
Mm.
joy to almost, in a sense, fear and apathy?
Yeah, great question. It's actually over time and it's really insidious. And you're when you're in it, you're not so aware that it's happening because there's so many things pulling on your attention, like sick parents and young children and different needs that you just kind of put your own needs, wants, and desires aside. I liken it to a slow leak in your plumbing and you don't notice it, but pretty soon there's black mold and things are deteriorating in the structure of the house and it causes so much damage, but you're not aware that it's happening at the time. So yeah,
Wow.
it's like a slow leak. Hmm.
I've been married now we've been married for 5 years. And what I wouldn't want to happen is exactly what you're talking about. And it's a scary thing because you're so in love now. You look at the person you love and you think to yourself, is it going to be this way in 5 years? Is it going to be this way in 10 years? You never know what life's going to throw at you. You never know what events will happen. And the last thing you want is it's like throwing the frog in boiling water. Over
Mm,
time,
exactly.
things just begin to heat up or things begin to lose their love and their connection. And I guess if you could go back, and I know if I asked you, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, if I asked you, would you go back if you could fix it? Would you go back and do that? And I'm gonna guess you'd probably say no. Do you have regrets from that, or did you learn from that and you're moving forward now?
I had to work through the regrets because it's just not good living life with regrets. Um, but we have two beautiful children now, and
Mm.
they're fairly well adjusted adults. I just found out yesterday that my youngest son proposed to his girlfriend. He's getting married, so
Aw,
that's neat. Um,
congratulations. That's awesome.
yeah, thank you very much. Um, but would I go back? No, no,
Yeah.
because I firmly believe that everything that happens in your life is preparing you for the next thing.
Mm.
And as painful as it was, I'm in such a better place now and so much happier and, so much more accountable for my own behavior. We're different people now than we were in our 20s.
Hmm.
So, no, I wouldn't go back. I would say that things happened exactly as they should. Even though it's bittersweet, it creates, the happiness that I'm experiencing now. And I don't know
Most.
if I told you this or not, but Mark and I got married on May 21st.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful. I remember you telling me that actually.
Oh, I did? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when I wrote the ebook, it said that we were engaged, but
Cool.
yeah.
I love that. I love that for you. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm glad that you've taken all these things and now you're using them in your new relationship, and you seem so vibrant and happy, and it's really cool to see that. If you had to go back and speak to Catherine, who was in the midst of these emotions in your first marriage,
Hmm.
and you could give her advice almost as like a guardian angel, because you did the things, like you went to the counseling, you seek the help, yet it still ended the way that it ended.
Hmm.
What advice would you give to younger Catherine, or someone who comes to you and says, I feel like we are the frogs in boiling water right now, but we just don't notice it. I feel like that insidiousness is creeping in the relationship. What
Hmm.
advice would you give to that person who wants to make it work?
Interesting that you'd ask that because I just recently had a coaching client that we had a very similar conversation with. And that is, if you're doing all the things and you've been trying for that long, it takes two. And if you're
Mm,
dealing with somebody who's not willing to put in the same amount of effort, then you're probably better off moving on, which I hate to say because I don't like divorce, but there were a lot of years that were wasted, and those were the regrets that I had to go through. And going through a divorce with kids that are in junior high and high school was way worse than it would have been doing it when they were in grade school.
mm.
So, I mean, it really takes two. And if it's one person that's doing all the changing, that's just not right. and it's not the way it should be.